Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk everything Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Just more than Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates we are talking about tonight. Once again, we are locked in on World Baseball Classic action. The last time we were live, it was Team USA taking down Team Mexico in the play-in round of the World Baseball Classic. Now, Team USA, after a convincing win in the quarterfinals over Canada, they tonight match up with a absolute juggernaut, that being the Dominican Republic. Going to be honest, seeing the social media posts out there, reading the tea leaves, not too many people are giving Team USA a fighting chance in this one. Team USA has sort of sleepwalked through the first couple games here of the tournament. They even lost a game to Team Italy, one that they should not have lost whatsoever. That is not meant to be a dig or a slight to Team Italy. That is just strictly based on the expectations we have here for Team USA. So they, coming into this one, they're a favorite on some betting markets out there, but in the eyes of the people and the baseball community out there, Team USA coming in as a bit of an underdog here tonight. But in my mind, I have hope. And the reason why I have hope, I am wearing the jersey right now. I have this hat on right now. Big number 30, Paul Skeens on the bump tonight for Team USA against this juggernaut of a team in the Dominican Republic, one of the more high-powered offenses that you will ever see compiled on one roster. Here in a moment, we will get into some of the top storylines leading into today's game. We'll give a bit of a background on how we got here for this game, followed by starting lineups for both of these squads. But before we get there, if you are new here, welcome to the Steel City Sports Report. Glad to have you along here this evening as we all ride through this roller coaster of a ball game together. King Kong versus Godzilla, The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, whatever sort of analogy out there of two unbelievable forces, an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, whatever sort of metaphor you want to go with here tonight. That is what this game will be. Before we get into the game here tonight, if you are new here, on your way in, please hit that like button, share this live stream, and in the comments section, any thoughts, questions, or opinions that you may have throughout the game here tonight. Could be your reactions or opinions on the game going on, or anything else that's on your mind. Please get those in the comments section. I enjoy interacting with you beautiful people when you do so. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing here on the channel again. Wherefore, we get into first pitch here this evening. Let's again go over how these teams got here. It is win or go home time now for both of these teams. They both made it past their quarterfinal games. The Dominican Republic handily defeating, as a matter of fact, it was a mercy rule against Korea in their quarterfinal game. That was 10-0 for the DR. For Team USA, they handled their business, taking down Team Canada 5-3. The U.S. seemingly has Canada's book in just about every sport right now, and that sets up this massive matchup here tonight, where it might be the greatest game we ever see in World Baseball Classic history. Stars, all-stars, Cy Young Award winners, MVP candidates, Silver Sluggers, Gold Glovers, you name it. We got those in spades here tonight. And as a matter of fact, looking today at the MLB Network's top 100 players currently in Major League Baseball, 23 of those top 100 players are playing in this game here tonight. You have 14 for Team USA, or excuse me, you have 14 for Team USA, and you have 9 here for the Dominican Republic. So tons and tons of stars and big household names featured in this game here tonight. And let's face it, to be quite honest with you, this is the matchup everybody wanted. And it's not just me saying it, is fans all around the world saying that as well. The Dominican Republic, after they took down Korea in their quarterfinals game, you had their fans in the concourse there at Lone Depot Park in Miami, where this game is being held tonight, chanting, "We want USA." I think American fans, in order to prove themselves to be the best, you have to beat the best. And certainly the Dominican Republic was near the top of the United States list, and that set us up for this matchup here tonight. And no offense to Team Italy and Venezuela, those two teams going to meet in the semifinals on the other side of this bracket. They could not hold a candle to how bright this game is going to burn here tonight. And really, the reason why it's getting so much attraction, you have Paul Skeens for Team USA going up against one of the greatest collections of offensive players in Major League Baseball we have ever seen. A pitcher in Paul Skeens, 23 years old, still not even in his prime yet, even though he certainly looks like his prime is going to be from the day he entered to the league until the day he finally hangs up the cleats here. You got Skeens, the former National League Rookie of the Year, the reigning NL Cy Young, going up against the likes of Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., Ketel Marte, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I think I heard another stat too that 5 or 6, maybe even 7 of the players in the Dominican Republic's lineup last year in 2025 received MVP votes. That is a tall task for the United States and for Paul Skeens, but if anybody is going to do it, I have full faith in him that he is going to look at this mountain of a challenge and without any sort of climbing gear, start that trek up the mountain to conquer it here this evening. He showed up full dress suit. Skeens says what an honor it is to represent the United States. All of the spotlight and pressure is on him here tonight. We'll see how long Paul Skeens goes as well. I think manager Mark DeRosa for Team USA said Skeens will be limited to around 70 to 75 pitches here this evening. That will be similar to Logan Webb, who just pitched in the quarterfinal game against Team Canada. With that, here are the starting lineups for tonight's game for both of these squads. Team USA, DeRosa, been under a ton of criticism and fire for some of his decisions throughout this World Baseball Classic, especially, the loss to Italy. He thought Team USA already clinched, so he rested a bunch of guys. Tonight might have been his best handiwork to this point here in the tournament, and that is no sort of sarcasm. The fans have been clamoring for him to make some lineup changes. He has done so. The top 4 in the lineup, they remain the same. You got the speedy all-star shortstop for the Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. leading it off. He'll be followed by Bryce Harper, Captain America himself, Aaron Judge, and Kyle Schwarber, the DH. Where the changes begin for Team USA here tonight. Alex Bregman, he's been sort of hit or miss in this tournament, the third baseman for the Chicago Cubs, filling in for him tonight. I believe this man leads Team USA in slugging percentage and OPS so far in this tournament. Gunnar Henderson, he's been used sparingly in this tournament. He gets a start here tonight in the semifinals, as does Will Smith, catcher for the LA Dodgers. No Cal Raleigh, big dumper out of the lineup. I know, dude, probably one of the better hitting catchers that we have seen in a generation, but just has not been getting it done from a pure production standpoint with the bat. He's been getting some walks, but not any monster hits from big dumper. So he is out. Smith is in tonight. The bottom 3 of the lineup tonight for Team USA, I quite like. Tons of youth, tons of speed as well. Roman Anthony hit a big home run against Team Mexico in the round robin of this tournament, followed by Bryce Terang, and then playing in center field tonight, Pete Crow Armstrong. He has come on really, really strong for Team USA in the past couple of games. For the Dominican Republic, this is the tall task that Paul Skeens is going to need to conquer here tonight. 1 through 9, he's got quite the challenge. Fernando Tatis Jr., he'll lead it off for the Dominican Republic in right field. Ketel Marte at second, batting second. Juan Soto in left field, batting third. The cleanup hitter tonight, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. of the World Series runner-up Toronto Blue Jays, followed by the elder statesman of the Dominican Republic, Manny Machado. Junior Caminero, a very young power slugger, was in the home run derby last year. He will bat sixth. Julio Rodriguez batting seventh, the all-star center fielder for the Seattle Mariners. Rodriguez is very, very good, and quite shocking that he is batting seventh in the lineup, but I guess that's how they're going to layer their lineup here tonight, make it a threat 1 through 9. Austin Wells catches, bats 8th. Geraldo Perdomo at shortstop, bats 9th here tonight. The reason why, also, I have a ton of faith in Paul Skeens here tonight as the game is about to come on here to my right. Dominican Republic hitters, their entire roster, they have faced Paul Skeens in some way or another 32 times throughout the tenure of Skeens' big league career. Just 4 hits in those 32 at-bats for Dominican Republic hitters. Skeens has 10 strikeouts. He has surrendered 2 doubles to Dominican hitters. Oddly enough, both of those came against Julio Rodriguez. Skeens also 2 walks and 1 hit batter in that time. So Skeens versus the Dominican Republic, 32 times he's met them. He's had a fair amount of success against this lineup. Let's see if that continues here tonight. The last note on Team USA here tonight as the Dominican takes the field. Team USA, the visitors, will bat first here tonight. Some roster changes for Team USA here this evening. They did take a few players off the roster and sub in some new players. Tarek Skubal, Michael Waka, and Kyle Yarbrough. They are off the quarterfinal roster, replaced by pitchers Will Vest, Tyler Rogers, and Tim Hill. Also, hats off. Thank you for your contributions to baseball. Clayton Kershaw, also off of Team USA's quarterfinals, semifinals roster. He replaced by Jeff Hoffman, closer for the Toronto Blue Jays. So thank you, Kershaw. We get ready for first pitch over here to my right. Luis Severino, the ace, top pitcher for the Athletics, almost said Oakland Athletics. Guess do we call them the Sacramento Athletics? They're going to be the Vegas Athletics here soon enough. He is going to get the start here tonight for the Dominican Republic. Severino, look at some of his stats from last year. Severino, 8-11, a 4.54 ERA, started 29 games. Albert Pujols, the longtime big leaguer, the manager for the Dominican Republic. The Dominican looking to make it back to the World Baseball Classic championship game once again. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. There is no more hypothetical talks. There is only action and exciting baseball ahead of us. Bobby Witt Jr., 294 batting average in this World Baseball Classic. Up until this point, he steps in. The first pitch of the game is a 99-mile-an-hour fastball down and away from Luis Severino. Witt has had a phenomenal WBC to this point, been showing really the 5-tool player that he is as he fouls this one back. A 98-mile-an-hour sinker, middle there to Witt. Only could spoil it. Witt's had a phenomenal tournament. Nice gap shot hits. Been a web gem out there at shortstop. Base pads, he's been a speed demon. There's a cut again from Bobby Witt Jr., a sweeper breaking down and away. Took a hack at it and missed. So 1-2 now here from Severino. Upcoming to Bobby Witt. The 1-2 here. Witt fouls this one away again. 99, top of the zone, sinker there from Severino. And Witt gets a piece of it again. Some extra notes for today's game from Team USA we'll get to here in a second, starting with the next batter, Bryce Harper. There's the 1-2 to Witt, and Severino striking out Bobby Witt. He went back to that sweeping, breaking ball. Witt chased after it again, down on strikes, and Severino fired up on the bump already. A bit of a stare down, first batter of the game to Bobby Witt Jr. And here comes Bryce Harper. Harper, really one of those guys that has been a disappointment for Team USA in this WBC. He'll take that first pitch up high for ball one. A 150 batting average for Harper, 3 for 30 in the tournament to this point. The Philadelphia Phillies first baseman. Harper, the 1-0 from Severino, and he will line this one to the left side, but it is into the protective netting for the fans, and it's a foul ball. Harper at Lone Depot Park here tonight. He has 16 home runs, 58 RBIs, and 176 total bases at this ballpark where this game is played here tonight, as Harper takes that ball in 97 four-seamer. It's 2-1 now. That is the most hits at any stadium for Harper, besides, of course, his home ballpark, Citizens Bank Park, and his old home ballpark when he was a part of the Washington Nationals Park. At 2-1 there from Severino. He's bringing the velocity early. I think that was 99 miles an hour, and Harper fouled it back to the screen behind home plate. So now it is 2-2. The count runs even in this rowdy, very vocal Dominican Republic crowd gets fired up, and as they do, Harper swinging strikeout on the foul tip. Severino back-to-back Ks to start this ball game. As a matter of fact, that was not a foul tip. Harper wasn't really close with that swing. So 2 up, 2 down on 2 swinging strikeouts for Severino, and here comes Aaron Judge up to the plate. First pitch to him. It is a sweeper. Not the right release point there from Severino. Up high, it misses, ball 1. Judge 263 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in the tournament. There's the pitch from Severino, and it is in there at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. This is a very vocal, loud crowd at Lone Depot Park. Severino again, fastball in there at the knees on Judge. He watched the same pitch in the same spot for strikes, and now he's got to protect here in the crowd again for the Dominican Republic. They rise up. The 1-2 from Severino to Judge, and Judge not chasing the sweeper there. Count runs to 2-2 now. The players for the Dominican Republic just as much feeding into the crowd here and vice versa. Players in the dugout for the DR hyping up the crowd. Pitch from Severino again, foul tip barely by Aaron Judge. Went off the glove of the catcher Wells as well. Count remains at 2-2. Kyle Schwarber remains on deck. He hits .350 so far in this tournament. Severino again about to deliver for the DR. This will be his 16th pitch of the inning, and Judge lays off the sweeper again, breaking down and away. Count now runs full. It is 3-2. 3-2. 2 outs. Judge. Severino deals. Judge lines this one and is into left field. It's a base hit. Perdomo, the shortstop, trying to get as much vertical leap as he can to nab that ball, but hit too hard by Judge. And the U.S. has a base runner here in the first inning. Looks like it was the fastball again for Severino, maybe trying to freeze Judge at the knees, and that time Judge, he was sitting on it. And now Schwarber comes up to bat for the United States. And this pitch, sweeper comes in and gets Schwarber on the calf. That's a hit by pitch. And Severino now, after 2 strikeouts, gives up a hard contact single to Judge. And also hits Kyle Schwarber. And now Gunnar Henderson is going to come up to the plate. Henderson, 7 for 9 in his career against Luis Severino. One of those 7 hits being a home run. So this right here, maybe an easy lineup switch for DeRosa, given Henderson's success against Severino. And Henderson, maybe a chance here to prove DeRosa right. First pitch changeup, down and in for ball 1. One of those fantastic young players for the Baltimore Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. The Orioles churn out players like him, almost a dime a dozen. There's the 1-0 from Severino. It's a cutter outside. Count now 2-0 hitters count here for Gunnar Henderson. Henderson here, left-handed batter. Judge takes his lead at second. Henderson fouling that pitch off. 96 cutter right at the top of the zone. Count now at 2-1. Severino. This will already be his 22nd pitch of the ball game right here to Henderson, and Henderson chops this one. Second baseman Ketel Marte scoops, throws, and the Dominican Republic, they get out of the first inning. 2 strikeouts for Severino, followed by a hit and a hit by pitch. Then he gets the weak contact ground ball to end the top of the first. And now here we go. The matchup that everybody was kind of hoping for before a single pitch was thrown in this World Baseball Classic. If you were to pull all of baseball fandom out there, the baseball universe, if you were to ask them what sort of pitcher versus lineup matchup you would want to get here in the WBC, I guarantee you a good bit, if not the majority, would say Paul Skeens or Tarek Skubal, but Skubal's off. Paul Skeens, the reigning NL Cy Young Award winner, against the Dominican Republic lineup. And we get our first taste of it here coming up in a moment. Once again, now that we are past the first bit of the game right here, mid-first, if you're new here, welcome to the live stream. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing here on the channel. Again, like, share, leave a comment in the comment section. Your thoughts for this ball game here tonight. Team USA and the Dominican Republic meeting for the 15th time at the professional level this evening. The United States, an 8-6 all-time record against the Dominican Republic, has won each of the past 4 matchups, looking to make it a 5th here today. Kind of like another Team USA that won today. Men's, or I just should say sled ice hockey in the Paralympics. Team USA winning their 5th straight gold medal here today, and it was indeed another hockey win for the United States over Canada. Can't beat that. The lineup again for the Dominican Republic here: Tatis, Marte, Soto, Guerrero Jr., Machado, Caminero, Rodriguez, Wells, and Perdomo. Especially those 1 through 7 hitters. A tough task. One beast after another for Paul Skeens on the bump here. Last year for the Pirates, 10-10, a 1.97 ERA. Unanimous Cy Young Award winner in his first pitch of the ball game. It's a 98-mile-an-hour sinker in on Fernando Tatis Jr. Skeens a 6-pitch mix, 4-seam sweeper, splitter, changeup, sinker, slider. Actually, a 7. He uses a little bit of the curve as well. And that splitter right there, one of his better pitches, 94 in there for strike 1. Kind of crazy how the velocities have constantly, year after year, gone up for pitchers, where an off-speed pitch is now 94 miles an hour. And this pitch here, a sweeper top of the zone for Skeens, is going to be skied high out to left field, and Roman Anthony is going to settle under it, make the catch there. There's job number 1 for Paul Skeens. Gets Tatis to fly out routinely. Tatis was hitting .438 in the tournament. And now, up to bat, here comes Ketel Marte. I believe he matched up with Skeens last year when Skeens pitched against the Diamondbacks. Marte, a 200 batting average here in the tournament. This pitch, sinker, 97 mile an hour, right down Broadway for strike 1. I think Marte already there after the first pitch just took his first time out and only timeout of the at-bat. 1 home run in the tournament for Marte. Here's the pitch from Skeens again. That changeup, 91. This is outside, ball 1. Skeens coming into this tournament here tonight, 3 strikeouts away from joining Roger Clemens and Logan Webb as the only 3 U.S. pitchers to hit double-digit strikeouts in a single WBC. He won't get a strikeout there, but it is another lazy fly ball, and this time it was actually the second baseman Terang out in the right field grass making the catch. So 6 pitches, 2 lazy flyouts for Paul Skeens. Can't get too much better than that. And now, Juan Soto, the big money man for the New York Mets. Probably the most powerful hitter in this Dominican Republic lineup. He steps in. Skeens' first pitch to Soto. Up and out. 1-0, 98 miles an hour. Soto hitting a nice stone-cold Steve Austin 316 in the tournament. The 1-0 from Skeens, and that pitch splitter. 94 miles an hour, top of the zone for the strike, and looked like Soto wanted to take a rip at that, but ended up holding up. Maybe he thought that was a fastball. Skeens fooled him with the splitter. Here's the pitch from Skeens again, and Soto grounds this one. Diving stop at second. Up to you, Bryce Terang. A diving stop on the right field grass. And the perfect throw as well to Bryce Harper to end the inning. Excellent play. And that takes us into the second inning. Excellent start for Team USA. 1-2-3 goes the Dominican Republic on 2 flyouts and a ground ball. Hell of a play by Terang. We'll be back here in a moment. Good start to this game. Back here in a moment. Stay where you are. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1 inning in the Bucks, 8 to go at least here in this star-studded matchup between the United States and the Dominican Republic. Will Smith, catcher for the U.S. tonight, steps in for his first at-bat of the ball game, and he'll take that pitch inside. Took the first pitch for a strike and takes that one for a ball. So 1-1 for the multi-time World Series champion with the LA Dodgers. That pitch there, 98, top of the zone. It's a sinker from Severino. Smith gets a piece of it, fouls it back to the backstop. Severino, look at some of his work during his best years. 2-time All-Star for Severino. There's 1-2 here to Smith, and Smith flares this one into right field, and that's going to get down. Will Smith gets an immediate duck on the pond for the United States. Just fought that one off to right field. It stayed fair, and Tatis couldn't get over in time. I think he was shaded a little bit towards left field. That didn't help his case. So, wheels on base, catchers, notoriously the fastest runners on the baseball field. Speaking from experience here. Here's a guy that could maybe be right up Will Smith's behind if he hits a gap here. Roman Anthony fouls his first pitch. He sees back for ball one, or for strike one, excuse me. Anthony also hitting .316 in this tournament. Had a massive home run against Mexico in the third preliminary round game. Fouls that pitch back as well. Nearly the same thing from Severino. So quickly 0-2 here on the phenomenal soon-to-be second-year player for the Boston Red Sox. Anthony already getting paid big bucks at such a young age by the Sox. 0-2 here from Severino. And Anthony, boy, that one up near his throat, and not, in terms of height, not near his actual throat, but pretty high, well above the zone. He fouls it off again, 0-2. Already, this will be the 30th pitch of the night here for Luis Severino, the U.S., trying to get into that bullpen early. Severino, the pitch here, and that is right at the bottom of the strike zone. Right on the lip of the bottom of the zone. Anthony down on strikes looking. And there's the first out of the inning here for the United States. Severino, his third punchy of the night, but he's using up a ton of pitches. And that first pitch for Bryce Terang, almost the same outcome of the Kyle Schwarber at bat. A first pitch sweeper that nearly ran in and got him. The left-handed batter, Terang. 467 in the tournament. Terang here, ground ball right at the second baseman. Marte to second for one on the first. And though his pitch count is already above 30, that was a squeaky clean inning pretty much from a pitch usage standpoint for Severino. And they get the Twin killing a double play for the Dominican Republic. They'll go back into the dugout and get the bats going. I was just about to give Terang some lofty compliments. You won't see me, as a Pirate fan here, give Bryce Terang too many compliments. Has consistently been one of the better hitters throughout the tournament. Not much of a hole in his game for the United States, and he's been doing it well from the bottom of the order for the Americans. Looking on the bright side, though, the U.S., they are set up pretty well next inning. They can maybe get Pete Crow Armstrong on, maybe Bobby Witt as well. You get two speedsters on base, your 9-1-2 hitters. Starting with your two hitter, you'll then get the power bats, Harper, Judge, Schwarber up there. So we're going to look at that with a glass half full approach right here. Skeens about to go back out on the mound here, go to work. How many pitches did Skeens throw in that first inning? Somewhere around the 9 or 10 mark. That's good pace for him, who's only going to throw 70, maybe 75 pitches here tonight. Looking here at the pitching roster for Team Dominican Republic as well. I have no idea, but I would assume Luis Severino is on some sort of a pitch count tonight. Assuming that he is, then you could see maybe a Brian Bello, longer starting pitcher, in the MLB, but maybe in a long-term relief role. Also a pair of Pirate pitchers in the DR bullpen, Dennis Santana and Gregory Soto, who was acquired via free agency this offseason. The U.S. has been pretty good for most of the tournament at being able to work counts in their favor, take the pitcher deep into at-bats, and get to their bullpen. Paul Skeens back out to work now. Hopefully his performance is so well that the U.S. bullpen doesn't need to get active early. Threw 9 pitches in the first inning, and here comes his 10th to the cleanup hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for the Dominican Republic. Skeens the first pitch, and it is a beautiful sweeper. Catches the top corner of the strike zone for strike 1. Guerrero, 500 in the tournament. And this time he grounds it, third base, picking it up on a short hop. Nice play right there from Gunnar Henderson. Third base, a secondary position of his. They wanted to get his bat in the lineup here today, but that was an excellent play right there. Had to charge that ball, played it on the short hop. Made sure he got his glove on it, kept it in front of him as well, and then well in time to get Guerrero's. Excellent play there from Mr. Henderson. It may look easy, but it's not. And now here is Manny Machado, along with Fernando Tatis, another San Diego Padre in the lineup here tonight for the DR. Machado, been in many World Baseball Classics, and he swings underneath that one quickly. Paul Skeens here, up 0-2 on Machado. Fouled off the first pitch, and Skeens ramping up the heat there. Top outside corner. 0-2. Let's see what this mano-a-mano matchup results in right here. Skeens, the 0-2. Machado painted right there. Paul Skeens. Woo! First strikeout of the ball game, a backwards K right there on the outer lip of the strike zone. Skeens couldn't have walked it down to home plate and placed it in the mitt of Will Smith any better. Machado taken all the way. Skeens catching him with a beautifully placed fastball. And now here is Junior Caminero. Watches that first sweeper run outside for ball 1. Caminero, 375, 6 for 16, 2 homers, and 6 RBIs in the World Baseball Classic this year. Skeens again, that splitter right there, fought off by Caminero, fouled it off to his home dugout right there for strike 1. Caminero, the 5th player in MLB history to hit 45 or more home runs before turning 23. And he swings and misses at that one. Skeens went back to the splitter again. That one swung over top of by Caminero. 1-2. Skeens in the pilot seat. And yes, that is meant to be a metaphor to his time at the Air Force. Skeens the 1-2. And Caminero, he just absolutely crushed that one, and it is gone. And the home run prowess of Junior Caminero continues to grow. And the Dominican Republic crowd awakens. 401 feet. Goes into that club area out there in left field. And it is 1-0. Dominican Republic. Now, Julio Rodriguez steps up to the plate. Skeens, pitch, check swing from Rodriguez. Did he go? I think they're going to say, did he hold up? They didn't show whether he went or not. No, they're going to say he hold up. He held up. It's 1-0. Rodriguez awaits this pitch here, and that's going to be fouled back 99 miles an hour. Another look at the Caminero home run. Skeens, another breaking ball there around the top of the strike zone, and Caminero got all of it. The 1-1 here from Skeens, his 21st pitch of the evening. Swung on and missed by Rodriguez. Caminero still partying in the dugout. Now he finally takes off that DR chain. 1-2. Again here for Skeens. Rodriguez awaits. Skeens delivers. That one fouled the foot or shin of Rodriguez. That is, I got to tell you here, a very partisan Dominican Republic crowd in Miami. The shot they just showed of the crowd, that is a good 80% Dominican Republic fan base there. And I'm maybe being a little bit optimistic for U.S. fans there. Grounder here from Rodriguez right to the shortstop, or the second baseman, Terang on the first. So there's the first blow of the game, a body shot from Junior Caminero. It is 1-0 Dominican Republic as we head into the third inning. Skeens getting touched up by the Tampa Bay Ray. Other than that one mistake pitch, he's been pretty flawless. Now it's time for the Team USA. Again, positive, half glass full look at things here. Pete Crow Armstrong has been hitting really well this tournament. He'll be followed by the top of the order with Bobby Witt, and then the big boys, Harper, Judge, and others. So to the top of the third we go. Back here in one moment between the Dominican Republic and Team USA. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to one of the more passionate games of baseball that you will ever lay eyes on. Team USA versus the Dominican Republic, a team that prides itself on being the country that hosts baseball, where baseball originated, taking on a country that has quickly developed into a country that produces some of the best players in baseball. USA versus the Dominican Republic. Pete Crow Armstrong starting tonight's ball game. He's been going back and forth in terms of starts out there at center field with Byron Buxton. 357 batting average in the tournament for Crow Armstrong. It's 1-1 for PCA. Here's the pitch and a half-hearted swing there from PCA. He went there. Don't even know why they appealed it. 1-2 for the speedy outfielder of the Chicago Cubs. He, just like Paul Skeens and Roman Anthony, guys just still in the early stages of their big league careers. The 1-2 here to PCA, and he is going to foul that one off to the right side. Count remains at 1-2. Luis Severino, a very good start to the game here. He's given up a hit or so, but his strikeout stuff is working. Let's see if he can get PCA here. And again, Crow Armstrong fouls it away. PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, second player in Chicago Cubs history to have a 30-30 single season. The only other player to do that, great Sammy Sosa, who did it twice in 1993 and 95. The 1-2 from Severino, 100-mile-an-hour fastball up and out of the zone. Ball 2. 2-2 now. TV screen just showing again the Dominican Republic coaching staff, and they put together quite a roster. Down on strikes goes Pete Crow Armstrong. Swinging strikeout for him. And now the lineup turns over for the first time tonight for the U.S. Bobby Witt back up to bat now. He struck out to begin the ball game for Luis Severino. Against Luis Severino, I should say. Takes that first pitch outside the zone for strike 1. Looking here at trying to find the full coaching staff here for the Dominican Republic in the meantime. 1-0 to Bobby Witt. Cutter misses outside 2-0. They got Pujols as their manager, but he has got quite the staff around him. Aaron Judge there, top step of the dugout, waiting to go out into the on-deck circle. There's a sinker, top of the zone, 97. Gets called on Witt. Two 2-1 from Severino. Outside. Misses. Count now runs to 3-1. Maybe in danger of the first real walk of the night here is Severino. 3-1 to Bobby Witt Jr. And Bobby Witt hits this one in the left field. It is going to get down. Juan Soto maybe looks like that ball hung up there a little longer than what he might have thought. I thought, Soto could have charged in on that baseball a little bit, maybe try to make a diving catch, but instead backed off of it and just allowed Witt to get his base hit. So speed on the base pads here for Team USA. And now Harper up to bat again. Just like Bobby Witt struck out to begin the ball game here tonight. Takes that first pitch inside for ball 1. Severino lines and delivers. Harper rips that one. It's fair down the right field line. Bobby Witt's going to fly. He is going to get to third easily. Harper, he slides into second, and the U.S. is in business, baby. Bryce Harper. A 1-out double down the right field line. Witt motors to third easily. Harper sliding into second, and you have 2 runners in scoring position with Captain America Aaron Judge coming up to the plate. Nice piece of hitting there for Harper. Also, have no idea who this dude is. Shout out to the dude in the Matthew Tkachuk jersey, Team USA jersey. That's what this Team USA baseball team is trying to mimic. The hockey teams for USA, winning gold. And here's the WBC USA team trying to win the trophy. And first pitch here, Judge must have fouled it off his foot. It went to the third baseman, Machado, but it was ruled a dead ball. Strike 1 on Judge. You've got to think anything that is not hit right at someone here, anywhere on the field really, that Bobby Witt is going to take off for home and try to get in there and tie up this ball game. Here's the 0-1 to Judge. And that pitch nearly got him. What was that? Another sweeper that Severino lost control of. Judge had to move his elbow out of the way. It's ball one. Severino pauses from the stretch, delivers. And a sweeper again outside. Judge in his first at-bat, and so far in this at-bat, has been laying off those sweepers from Severino. Finds himself in a favorable 2-1 count here. And that sweeper, that time it got the strike zone, started inside and worked its way back to the center of the top of the strike zone. 2-2 on Judge. Severino just threw his 50th pitch of the ball game. Here's the 51st, and that pitch outside. The Dominican fans, they get rowdy, but that pitch was indeed a couple inches outside the strike zone. Full count now on Judge. Wells trying to frame it. Here's the 3-2, and I have no idea what Fox was doing there. Swing and a miss for Judge. He strikes out. Sweeper. Severino's bread and butter pitch. He went to it, and Judge finally bit. They went to like 2 or 3 different replays there that the TV didn't get back in time to see Severino's delivery, and Judge, that big lumbering frame he has working against him there, couldn't catch up or couldn't go down and get that breaking ball. And now, with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position, it is on to the cleanup man. Kyle Schwarber was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. And now, looking to, instead of being hit by the ball, hit the ball, find a gap somewhere. Hell, even a base hit up the middle. Not hit all that hard. I get it, Harper. Not as fast as he once was, but still has decent wills. Paul Skeens pacing in the United States dugout. They did just show the Dominican bullpen, and it is stirring. New Pirate pitcher Gregory Soto is up and throwing. Severino, first pitch to Schwarber in there, 97-mile-an-hour cutter for strike one. Schwarber hit a massive bomb in the first game of the tournament for the United States. He's been relatively quiet except for maybe a couple hits since then. That 0-1 pitch from Severino was low, count even at 1-1. Schwarber. Here's the pitch. Inside. Ball 2. Damn near the same location of the Aaron Judge pitch that sent the count full in that last at-bat. Close but no cigar for Severino. He comes set and delivers to Schwarber. Schwarber foul. Back to the screen behind home plate again. Another fastball top of the zone for Severino. It's been a steady diet of fastballs and sweepers for Severino. And now the crowd comes to their feet again. 2-2. Quite possibly the final pitch of the night here for Severino. This will be his 57th. Comes set and the pitch. And right in there, no idea what Kyle Schwarber was expecting. I don't even think, if we're being honest here, that you could call that a backdoor sweeper. At the end was middle. That's the type of stuff that 9 times out of 10 should at least be fouled off, if not demolished into the right field seats. And after getting runners in scoring position, The two power bats, Judge, Schwarber, each down on strikes. And Severino, that was his 58th pitch of the night. They had Soto, the reliever, warming up in the bullpen. That might be it for Severino. Gave the Dominican Republic a hell of a start if that was it. And now we head to the bottom of the third inning. Due up for the Dominican Republic, the catcher Wells, the shortstop Perdomo, and then back to the top of the order with Fernando Tatis Jr. Been seeing the number of viewers bounce up and down over here, even topped out at 9 just a moment ago. If you're new here, welcome to the live stream. Please stick around. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing here on the channel again. Like this live stream. Share this live stream. Your comments, getting any nerves at all for Team USA in the comments section, feel free to leave those there. See how Paul Skeens does here. The difference maker, a Junior Caminero 2-out solo home run into the little bar area out there in left field. Saw a ton of baseballs get crushed in warm-ups for each of these teams. Aaron Judge, wish he would do something, actually cleared the left field concourse. So he literally hit it out of the stadium, just about. Another talk there with Dominican Republic manager Albert Pujols, longtime, very successful big leaguer. Paul Skeens back to work. His 24th pitch of the ball game. It's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball up and out on Austin Wells, catcher for the New York Yankees. 1-0 here from Skeens. That one's in there at the knees for strike one. 8, 9, and 1 due up this inning for the DR. Skeens holds. Here's the pitch to Wells. Wells grounds this one to the right side, but that is going to be foul. 1-2. Wells, 3 for 12 in the tournament. 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. One of those 2 home runs, just a few days ago, he hit a walk-off 3-run homer to secure the Mercy Rule victory in the quarterfinals for the DR over Korea. Skeens here, 1-2 splitter. Wells swung over top of it. Second strikeout of the ball game for Big 30 in blue, red, and white. Here is Perdomo now. Geraldo Perdomo, usually up near the top of the order as a leadoff man for the Arizona Diamondbacks, but now he's sort of the leadoff man here. Squared up to bunt there for strike one. Ended up pulling the bunt attempt back, but it was called a strike anyways. So it caused my pause in commentary there. Perdomo looking to get on base here for Fernando Tatis Jr. The 0-1 from Skeens. Swing and a miss. 98-mile-an-hour heater riding up and out of the zone, but Perdomo, his eyes widened there a little bit. The 0-2 from Skeens. Perdomo takes that one. Same spot that he just chased a moment ago. Count now at 1-2. That was Skeens' 30th pitch of the outing today. Skeens winds and delivers. And that one in, and it got Perdomo hit by pitch, and he falls to a knee as well. That was a very nasty breaking ball from Paul Skeens that Perdomo was all locked in on the whole way, but ended up running in, and let's see here, right on the ankle of Perdomo, the inside of the left ankle. Not sure. It might have hit the ground before it hit Perdomo. That might have taken a little bit of force off the ball, but not that much. And lucky for him, it was only just a breaking ball. So the first real base runner of the night for the Dominican Republic. Caminero with the home run. And now Skeens' first pitch of the at-bat with Tatis. That fastball there, up and in a little. Tatis turned out of it. Skeens here. The 1-0. Tatis again holding off. Wanted to maybe take a swing at that. Appeal down to first. Umpire says no. 2-0. Now on Fernando Tatis Jr. Perdomo takes his lead at first. Skeens from the stretch. Pitch is inside. 3-0 now. He was trying to nibble the edges of the strike zone here, but now he's got to maybe bring it in the strike zone here to Tatis. Have Ketel Marte, the second baseman, waiting on deck. Three-0 from Skeens to Tatis. And that one in there, called a strike. Might have just grazed the black. If not, then Skeens finally getting a call in his favor. And yeah, look at the replay there. It was a call in his favor, but they'll make Tatis earn it here. Pickoff try to Perdomo here. Perdomo back in standing. 3-1. Perdomo inching off the bag. Skeens pitches. Perdomo doesn't go. Ground ball, third base. Henderson, Terang, Harper, and he's not going to get the double play, but they got the lead runner on the ground ball there. Tatis flying out of the batter's box. He'll take the out. If you're the United States there, Tatis beating it by a step and a half there. Head down, digging right out of the box there. Good pitch from Skeens in on the hands of Tatis. His pitch count inflating a little bit this inning. He's now up to 36. This will be his 37th pitch of the ball game here to Ketel Marte. Skeens, pitch. Perdomo goes, and no, he shut it down. Ball was high for ball one. Perdomo must have started like he was going to, or Tatis, must have started like he was going to take off for second. Smith came up ready to fire, and Tatis scampered back to first. Skeens, one of the better pickoff men in baseball as well, and that is going to be lined into right field. Tatis is going to motor here to third. Strong throw from Judge. He did it again. Aaron Judge, an absolute howitzer from right field. Tatis got aggressive. He flew too close to the sun, and he got burned. Gunned down. All rise for Judge out in right field. That is how the inning ends. A sharp liner into right field for Ketel Marte. It was an aggressive secondary lead from Fernando Tatis Jr. He got greedy, tried to go from first to third, and Judge, just like he did the last time we were live for Team USA action. I believe in that game he threw out, I want to say it was, who was it, a Randy Rosarena at third base? He did it that time, throwing out Fernando Tatis Jr. The players stopped there for a hot second, like maybe there was going to be a challenge or something, but I don't think so. We'll stay here, not take a break this commercial. just in case. But what a throw again from Aaron Judge. And Tatis, he was maybe a 2 steps, maybe, from second base after making that turn when Judge was about to let go of that baseball. And he beat him by a good bit. No idea what there was anything, if there would have been a challenge from the Dominican Republic, but strong throw. Hell of a job there from Judge. He's not going to do it with the bat. He might as well do something with his arm out there in the outfield. And that saves a little bit of extra pitches from Paul Skeens as well. Head to the top of the 4th inning. Now, still 1-0 Dominican Republic. 7 of you in here right now. Those of you who are new here, the difference maker in this ball game, a Junior Caminero 2-out solo home run. A look again here. Bryce Terang jumping as high as he can to try to nab that ball from Ketel Marte, and it is a strike from right field for Aaron Judge. No hop needed, right on the money to Gunnar Henderson at third base. And now Henderson, who just made the tag, will lead off the inning for the United States. Maybe that's the shot in the arm, that adrenaline kickstarter that Team USA needed. 0-1 here. Henderson fouls it off. It's now 0-2. Look here. I have no idea what FS1 is doing with their replays here. Well, what are we looking at here? Fox, please, figure it out. Let's go here. Figure it out with these, replays. You just showed 15 seconds of the DR warming up for this half inning, and we nearly missed a pitch for Gunnar Henderson, just like the Judge at bat last inning. It's now 1-2 on Henderson. He fouled that pitch back to the screen, so stays alive. Severino, despite last inning Gregory Soto getting up in the bullpen, is in there still for the Dominican Republic right now. Assuming since Soto has been up for a little bit now, as that pitch close, but no call for Severino. Tried a backdoor breaking ball. Got to assume that whatever pitch limit that Severino is on, that he is approaching it. Another attempt at a backdoor breaking ball. This one even further outside the strike zone. Count runs full now to Henderson. Severino at 63 pitches. I would assume his pitch limit is somewhere within the next 10 pitch frame. Probably in the 65 to 75 range. The 3-2 to Henderson. Henderson fouling it off again. He is making Severino work here. That one into the upper deck behind the Dominican Republic dugout. Soto still up there in the Dominican bullpen. Henderson. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Severino delivers. Henderson fouls again. He is giving him a work for his money. Productive at-bat for Gunnar Henderson here, even if it doesn't result in him getting on base. Making Severino, maybe the idea from Albert Pujols was to have Severino face 2 batters in Henderson. Hello and goodbye, Gunnar Henderson. Have yourself an AB, kid. He clears the deck. I know that's the inner Pirate fan in me. Cannonball coming from Gunnar Henderson. Team USA ties it up 1-1. I think I just said it, Team USA. Maybe that Judge throw, a little bit of a shot of adrenaline in the arm. Get the boys going a little bit. An 8-pitch at-bat for Gunnar Henderson. 9 maybe, and it ends in a home run to right center field. Hell of an AB there from the Baltimore Oriole. Ties the game at 1. Severino remains in the ball game for the Dominicans. High fives and ass slaps all around for Henderson in the dugout. Will Smith now, and he lines this one to left center field, and racing over and making the catch on the run is Juan Soto. Not his defensive area of expertise anymore. I believe Soto mainly a resident of right field, but he made an excellent running catch there in left center field. And now it is going to be Roman Anthony, who comes up to bat now for the United States. And that is going to be all there is for Luis Severino here tonight. Indeed, he did have a 2-batter limit. And he is going to head to the dugout. Gregory Soto is going to be the one coming on to pitch here for the DR. But the damage has already been done. You had Severino through the first 3 innings of work relatively clean, and then Gunnar Henderson makes him work a little bit, and then a mistake pitch on 3 and 2 from Severino gets deposited into the seats. Excellent response there for Team USA. They get the big defensive play from Judge. That gets the boys a little bit, fired up a little bit, give them something to hang their hats on, and Henderson responds, getting a massive game-tying home run here in the top of the 4th. 10 of you in here right now. Gunnar Henderson, the Baltimore Oriole. Let me get the measurements real quick again on that home run. It is a home run 400 feet on the dot for Henderson to right center field. 105.8 miles an hour off of the bat. The 9th and final pitch of that battle between Severino and Henderson. Severino, a 94-mile-an-hour cutter, middle. And Henderson did not miss a single stitch of that baseball to tie up this ball game. To the comment section we go. 10 of you in here right now. Your thoughts and feelings on this ball game. Get them in the comment section right now. Reoccurring viewer here. First time we've heard from one of them tonight. Flacco, what is going on, my guy? USA, I'm a ghost here, but still quiet. Glad to have you here. You must be the good luck charm, Flacco, because right before Henderson launched that ball, I did see you leave a comment in the comment section. So I am a superstitious guy. Not going to lie here, Flacco. You're going to need to remain here throughout the rest of the evening here tonight. You have any other plans, cancel them, unless they're, super important. Roman Anthony facing the new pitcher. It is indeed new Pittsburgh Pirate. Gregory Soto signed a 1-year, $7 million deal with the Bucks. Probably going to be in some sort of late inning relief role with the black and gold, but not off to a good start to his outing here. He is quickly in a 3-0 hole to the number 7 hitter, Roman Anthony. Soto, the pitch. That one right down the middle. Can't get any more middle than that. 97-mile-an-hour sinker. Strike 1 on the young Boston Red Sox phenom, Roman Anthony. Soto, guy who doesn't have any sort of windup. He simply pitches from the stretch, and Anthony fouls that one off to the left side. It's going to be foul. In the count now, after starting 3-0, it goes now to 3-2. Full count. The U.S. trying to keep the good mojo rolling here. Soto, the pitch. Anthony hits this one It's out to right center field. Track. Wall. Gone! Roman Anthony! Left on left. It don't matter. The U.S. 2 long balls here in the 4th. And they now, after down 1-0, have taken a 2-1 lead. Stop what you're doing. Nobody move an inch, because the Team USA baseball team, all of a sudden, they're turning into prime Barry Bonds. Positive, Team USA in the lead now. Negative, Gregory Soto. Please tell me you're not going to bring that to this team this summer. Doesn't matter right now. Roman Anthony. Make it 2 live streams I've now been doing for Team USA Baseball. That's 2 games. I've been live for 2 home runs to right center field for Roman Anthony. Long ball working here for Team USA. Bryce Terang, the number 8 hitter in Team USA's lineup. 0-2 on him now. Believe a swinging strike, and he watched that pitch top of the zone for strike 2. The 0-2, Terang lays off that one, 98 mile an hour. 1-2. Henderson. Home run number 1 this inning. Anthony, home run number 2. Can Terang join the party? That pitch there, a slider from Soto. That hit about 8 feet in front of home plate. Wasn't particularly close, and Soto, I think, maybe kicking the dirt where his foot lands on his pitch. So maybe a little bit of a slip there. 2-2 from Soto. That pitch, a slider, nowhere close again. Back-to-back sliders that have not even been in the same zip code as the strike zone. 3-2. Terang with 1 out. Swing and a miss. If it doesn't work the first time or the second time, try again. Soto did that, and that slider that time was just tempting enough for Terang to take a swing at. And now Pete Crow Armstrong is going to come up to bat here with 2 outs. Soto, his first pitch to PCA down low for ball 1. If you want to go by patterns and trends this inning, Henderson, a leadoff home run followed by an out, another home run, another out, and now, I'd say next up in the pattern, Pete Crow Armstrong putting one in the right field bleachers would be nice right now, but after that ugly swing, he's in a 1-1 count. 1-1, 2 gone here in the 4th. PCA ground ball off the glove of Soto, and Crow Armstrong is on. That looked like a routine 1-hop chopper back to Soto on the bump. It goes off of the cuff of his glove, and he killed just enough of the ball speed that it did not go to Ketel Marte in time, and not a good outing here for Gregory Soto. And maybe a little bit ahead of himself there. It looked like he was going to glove that ball and turn and run towards first base to maybe just give a light toss to Vladdy Guerrero Jr. And he whiffed on it. And that's going to be it. He faces the minimum 3 batters, and Gregory Soto, the newest Pittsburgh Pirate. You got yourself about 2 weeks here to figure it out, Soto. He is going to exit after giving up 1 hit and committing an error. 2-1 U.S. top of the 4th. 8 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. On your way in, please subscribe, like, share, comment section again. Flacco. Yes, sir. Told you, Flacco. superstitious here. Very much so. Got to stay where you are here. You show up and all of a sudden this completely DOA USA offense, it now awakens with the long ball. Damn, hope he does better for the Pirates. I agree, but you know what? It's all about this right here on the chest right now. It's all about this right here. We'll worry about this here when the regular season starts in a few weeks. We're worried about this right now. And Soto just helped Team USA quite greatly right there. Throws a mistake pitch to Roman Anthony and commits an error that turns the lineup over for Team USA. Roman Anthony, back to that home run. The last pitch of that at-bat, similar to what Luis Severino threw to Gunnar Henderson. A sinker, middle in the 94 to 95 mile an hour range. And Anthony, 421 feet, 108 miles an hour off the bat. Can't square a ball up any better than that one right there. And now another change of pitchers. Third pitcher actually of the inning here for the Dominican Republic. It started with Severino. It went to Soto, and now Juan Mejia, pitcher for, I believe, he's still with the Colorado Rockies. That's at least the last spot I tabbed him in. He is now on here to face the top of the order. Bobby Witt, 2 outs, 0-1 count after taking that first pitch. Mejia, his second pitch, 98 mile an hour fastball outside for ball 1. Do not rule out maybe Pete Crow Armstrong here trying to swipe second base. Maybe get into scoring position here for Bobby Witt Jr. Witt here swings and miss. Healthy cut right there at a 98 mile an hour middle bottom of the zone there. Now Mejia trying to work out of this nightmare inning for the Dominican Republic. That pitch again. Fastball control. Hit and miss right now. It's spotty. That one was well outside the zone that the catcher Wells had to lunge for it. 2-2 now to Bobby Witt Jr. The 2-2. Witt, swing, miss. PCA took off for second. Did not matter, but hey, you will take it if you're the U.S. Anything you can get from the offense right now, you're going to take with a smile. And now, Paul Skeens, maybe off the hook a little bit for that rarity of a 2-out home run given up to Junior Caminero. Gunnar Henderson, Roman Anthony get that run back, and then a little bit of an insurance run on top of it. But Skeens still got a tough task ahead of him. He's got 3, 4, 5 due up for the Dominican Republic. Soto, Guerrero, and Machado due up for the DR against Paul Skeens when we come back. Stay where you are. 2-1 USA. After a pair of long balls, we head to the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The ball game turning on its head a little bit that past half inning. Team USA down 1-0 heading into the top of the fourth. Two long balls from Gunnar Henderson and Roman Anthony now give Paul Skeens a one-run lead to work with here as we are in the bottom of the fourth. Skeens, first pitch to the number 3 hitter tonight in the DR's lineup. That is Juan Soto. Skeens here so far tonight, 2 hits allowed, 1 earned run, that being the Junior Caminero home run. I believe he's got 2 strikeouts to his name as well. And here goes Juan Soto starting his good old BS of the Soto shuffle. That pitch from Skeens a little bit in, 2-0 on Juan. Here's the pitch from Skeens. And Soto cracks this one out to right field. Judge coming in, makes a diving catch. Captain America. Still waiting for the bat to pick up a little bit tonight, but that now makes 2 phenomenal plays out in the outfield. Did he need to dive for it? No, but he needed to really make sure that he secured the catch, watched it all the way. Way to cover ground there for number 99. And Skeens, a little bit of a point in the fist bump for Judge. Massive out number 1. And here's Vladdy Guerrero Jr. First pitch swinging. It's fouled into the seats behind home plate. 10 of you in here right now. Welcome to the Steel City Sports Report. On your way in here this evening, subscribe to the channel, like and sub, but just like Flacco says right here, every little bit helps the channel keep growing, where we normally talk about Pittsburgh professional sports here on the channel, but when you get something as huge as best on best international play like this, you can't help but go live for it. That pitch in there for Skeens, 1-1. Here's the pitch on 1-1, and this is a ground ball, but it is going to skip just foul. Henderson fielded it and came up like he was about to make a strong throw across the diamond, but it's rolled foul. 1-2 now for Skeens on Vladdy Jr. Flacco here in the comment section again. Judge showing why he's a superstar. Still waiting for the bat to pick up. I mean, he's come up in some high-stake spots. The Judge, as there is a ball, it's going to be hit to the wall by Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and he is going to scoot into second base. It's a stand-up double for Vlad Guerrero Jr. That ball ripped between the third baseman and shortstop. Roman Anthony, I think, might have been shaded over a little bit towards center field, and ball goes to the wall. Guerrero, not the most fleet of foot person on the diamond tonight, but enough for him to get into second base standing up. Third hit of the ball game allowed by Skeens. And now he faces Manny Machado, the veteran here for the Dominican Republic. First pitch swinging here for Machado, fouled back to the screen, back to Flacco here. Again, still waiting for the bat of Aaron Judge to pick up this evening. He, throughout the tournament, has had a handful of spots where he could drive in runs and hasn't done much of anything with it. But if he keeps making plays in the outfield like that and some other guys step up in the lineup, we'll take the outfield production, gunning down Fernando Tatis Jr. at third and making that diving catch to begin this inning. Quickly 0-2 now on Manny Machado. Another high fastball from Skeens, fouled back behind home plate. Here's the 0-2 from Skeens. Vladdy taking his lead from second. Skeens, the pitch. Machado, ground ball. Dive knocked down on the infield by Witt. It squibs past him a little bit onto the little bit of left center field grass. And that diving stop there from Bobby Witt keeps the ball from going into center. Vladdy wasn't going to score on that, but at least Guerrero does not get the opportunity to move up 90 feet now after that hard hit. I guess infield, but not an infield single there. Hell of a diving effort by Witt. It's now 2 on and 1 out for the Dominican. Paul Skeens, his first real opportunity to work out of a jam here tonight. And here comes Junior Caminero, who hit the home run off of Skeens back in the second. You want to become the greatest pitcher of your generation? This is the moment that Skeens needs to produce here. First pitch, 99 mile an hour in there for strike one. Coming up here will be Skeens' 50th pitch of the night. That is something to talk about, according to manager Mark DeRosa, as that second pitch of the at-bat, it's low, 1-1, a 70 to 75 pitch limit for Paul Skeens in this ball game here tonight. Maybe you can get Skeens out of this fourth inning, hopefully, ideally, and then you can have him go the fifth. 1-1 from Skeens. Caminero, grounder, Witt to Turang. Oh my gosh! Damn it! Ah! It was a perfect ground ball right to the shortstop, Bobby Witt. They're going to say Turang got the out at second, and there is not going to be a challenge from the Dominican team. Turang on the exchange dropped the ball. That could have been an inning-ending double play. Turang thinking and reacting too fast. And instead of Paul Skeens eliminating the damage on a picture perfect, I mean, you couldn't have hit the ball more squarely at Bobby Witt. Instead, he's got to pitch more, and it's Julio Rodriguez, runners at the corners with 2 outs. Skeens' first pitch, and it's going to be a called strike on the upper inside corner of the strike zone. Trying to keep that dropped double play routine 2 from haunting him. Guerrero at third. Caminero at first. Skeens fastball in. Rodriguez stood up a little bit. It's 1-1. The 1-1 here. Everyone in the crowd on their feet at Lone Depot Park. The pitch from Skeens. It's going to be chopped foul by Rodriguez. Skeens now up to 2 strikes. Come on. Timeout taken by Rodriguez as Skeens was about to come set. J-Rod, the all-star for the Mariners. Power on power right here. 1-2, the count. 2 outs, runners at the corners. The pitch from Skeens, and that ran in and got, oh my God, it got Rodriguez. Fastball from Skeens has been running up and in on hitters tonight, and that one hit Rodriguez on the right forearm. And it's going to load the bases here for 2 outs. Another look. The second look here, that pitch grazing the left wrist of Rodriguez and catching the right forearm. So double damage to Rodriguez there. Clips both of his arms, and now Rodriguez getting checked out by the trainers. He's going to take first base. So that loads him up. All aboard here with 2 outs. Skeens at 55 pitches. He's got 15 to 20 pitches left in the bank here tonight before DeRosa said he will turn to the bullpen. And it's Austin Wells, who just hit the walk-off 3-run home run against Korea 2 nights ago. Skeens' first pitch. Wells, chopper to the right side. It's foul. 8 of you in here right now. Subscribe to the channel. Gut check time here for Skeens in the U.S. Got to keep your pulse down right here. The 0-1 from Skeens. Up and in a little bit on Wells. It's now 1-1. Pitch number 58 of the night for Skeens. The 1-1. Wells drives it, and it's foul. Line drive down the right field line. Went about 10 feet foul. Count now to 1-2 again. Skeens gets the call on the pitch comm. Massive pitch here, 1-2, and a timeout again taken. Wells burns his break in the at-bat here. Again, bases juiced, 2 outs. Skeens the pitch. Wells just fights it off. That form seam fastball running up and away from Wells there. He just got the knob of the bat on it. Fouled it back to the backstop. High stakes situation. Skeens, his 60th pitch of the night, delivers. And Wells skies it to straightaway left. Roman Anthony under it. And there we go. Paul Skeens tight roping out of danger. Should have been out of it a while ago on the Terang. Botched double play ball, but he picks up his teammate and he gets him back in the dugout ready to hit. That is what the best pitchers in baseball do. And you may not find any better than number 30 tonight in red, white, and blue. We'll see how far he goes in this next inning as we are on to the 5th. Top of the 5th, right around the corner. USA 2, Dominican Republic 1, approaching halfway in this game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top 5. Just past the halfway point in this ball game here tonight as Bryce Harper is going to swing at the first pitch he sees. And that's going to be a easy fly out to left field. Soto makes the catch. So already one gone here. Juan Mejia still in there to pitch right now for the Dominican Republic. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the United States. There went 2. Here comes 3. Aaron Judge, single, back in the first inning. Then he struck out with runners in scoring position in his second at-bat. What will he do here in his third as he watches that slider above the zone for ball one? 2-1 the score. All runs scored via the long ball here tonight. Junior Caminero for the Dominican Republic, and it was Henderson, Anthony, and now, oh my God! I was about to add Aaron Judge to the home run list for the United States tonight, and he is robbed with a leaping catch at the wall by Julio Rodriguez. We have seen that many a times in a Seattle Mariners uniform for Rodriguez, and this time he does it for the Dominican Republic, robbing it dead center field. It was gonna be close. Might have hit off the top of the wall. Might have hit the wall and gone over. And Rodriguez a stunning catch. Judge thought he had it. Rodriguez out there in center was throwing up the X. Judge, maybe a little bit of, all right. And now it's 2 outs. And it might be 3 here in short order for Juan Mejia. 0-2 already on Kyle Schwarber. The 0-2, Schwarber. Ball bounces in the dirt. Ball 1. Back here to the comment section. Flacco here. Damn it. Thought he was going to prove he can bat this evening. He came about 6 inches to a foot away from doing that. But Rodriguez had other plans. Schwarber fouling off that pitch. Count remains at 1-2. Mejia, the pitch, ground ball here, and it gets past the diving Ketel Marte into right field. Kyle Schwarber hammering that one into the infield grass. Marte shaded over towards the right foul line and couldn't dive back towards center to get that. So base runner on here with 2 gone for the United States, and it'll be Gunnar Henderson who started the home run party for the United States. He's coming up, but before he gets the chance, looks like Albert Pujols is going to make another pitching change. So Juan Mejia's night is done. Box score right now, 2-1 USA, 7 hits for the United States. You've got 4 hits for the Dominican Republic. 7 of you in here right now. In the meantime, while we got a bit of a break here, a update on the other side of the World Baseball Classic. The other semifinal game will be coming up tomorrow night. You won't be covering that here on the channel, but you best believe, as I am working on things in this office tomorrow night, I will have the game on here to my right. It'll be Italy versus Venezuela. Italy got off to a very, very hot start against Puerto Rico, chased Seth Lugo in the first inning. They got out to a big lead and were able to hold on to it. They beat Puerto Rico 8-6. So the magical run for my favorite Pittsburgh Pirate catcher of all time, Francisco Cervelli, and the Paisans, led by Vinny Pasquantino, Jack Caglianone, all those guys. They are now 1 win away from a finals appearance in the WBC, maybe a rematch with the United States if the U.S. were to escape with the win here tonight. The other game, quarterfinal game that happened yesterday, Venezuela Ronald Acuna Jr. and company, they took down Japan, the reigning World Baseball Classic champions, and Shohei Ohtani 8-5. Acuna and Ohtani both went deep to begin that ball game, but Venezuela just kept on out-hitting Japan, and it was a 3-run home run by Wilyer Abreu that was the difference maker. Venezuela also qualifying for the Olympics 2 years from now in 2028 with that win. So Venezuela versus Italy will be tomorrow night in the other semifinal matchup. Also, depending on which team makes it out of here tonight, it is expected, should the U.S. move on to the finals, it'll be Nolan McLean, who pitched against Italy in the round-robin loss for the United States. He would pitch for the U.S. in the final. If it is the Dominican Republic that wins this ball game tonight, it'll be former Cy Young Award winner Sandy Alcantara, who will pitch for the Dominican Republic. Gunnar Henderson sees the first pitch there from the new right-handed arm on the mound. It is Huascar Brazoban, I believe former Miami Marlin, and maybe he's with the Tampa Bay Rays right now. It's going to be light work for Brazoban. 2 pitches. The second one, it is a chopper right to Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and he will take it to the bag for the final out of the inning. 9-1-2 due up here in what will probably be the final inning of the World Baseball Classic for Paul Skeens. He's, I think, around the 60 pitch limit right now. His pitch limit per Mark DeRosa heading into the game here tonight was in the 70 to 75 neighborhood, unless it is something like a 5-pitch inning for Paul Skeens. This 5th, most likely going to be his final here. We'll see what we get out of the reigning Cy Young Award winner. He'll face Perdomo, Tatis, and Guerrero, and Ketel Marte, excuse me. Back in the first meeting with Perdomo, Skeens hit him with a pitch. Then Tatis, who batted after Perdomo for the second time in the ballgame, grounded into a force out, and then Ketel Marte, a line drive single to Aaron Judge in right field. Judge then threw out Tatis at third base. So hitless, one hit for Marte. Hitless tonight is Perdomo and Tatis. Knock on wood, Paul Skeens going to keep it that way here, as the game is on a break here to my right. Looking here, seeing if there's anything intriguing going on Twitter right now. Tons of posts and reactions right now to the various home runs from the United States. Looks like we have the Pittsburgh Pirates. Never mind, that is not him. I was gonna say, I thought I saw a post that the Pittsburgh Pirates Twitter account admin was live and in person in this game tonight, but turns out to be just a gaffe. Some more posts from the Pirates here, hyping up Paul Skeens on Twitter here tonight. Looking here over to my right, game back on now, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, bottom of the 5th. Got to change the score bug here on the screen right now. In comes Geraldo Perdomo. Bottom 5. Skeens at 60 pitches exactly. So he's got 10 to 15 pitches to play with here this inning before DeRosa may come and yank him. First pitch here to Perdomo, and that pitch, you want to talk about a guy maybe being in your head from hitting you in your previous at-bat. That pitch taken for a strike, middle, top of the strike zone. Perdomo turned out of it like it was going to maybe clip him. And now there, a foul tip. And Skeens here, now up to 62 pitches. Foul tip, 0-2. Out of the 62 pitches tonight for Skeens, 43 for strikes, 19 for balls. Pretty good ratio right there for the Cy Younger. Here's the 0-2 from Tall Paul. Perdomo Gonna hit this one. It's going to flub into left field, but Anthony's gonna make the catch there. The camera there for Fox playing tricks on me a little bit. Looked like it was going to be one of those bloopers right into no man's land in left center field between the triangle of the left fielder, center fielder, and shortstop, but Roman Anthony racing over gets to it in plenty of time. And now, here is where you make your moment. If you're Paul Skeens, third time through the order here, starting with Fernando Tatis Jr. in a one-run ball game here, bottom of the fifth. Skeens and Tatis do battle for the third time. Tatis 0 for 2 so far tonight, takes that first pitch inside for ball one. Fernando, one of the best outfielders in baseball today. Skeens, the 1-0. Tatis rips this one in. I had some backspin on it. It's well foul, but Gunnar Henderson nearly raced over and made the catch. Kudos to him for getting out of the box there. Count now at 1-1. Again, Skeens, 2025 ERA leaders. By far the best in baseball. 197 earned run average last year. The next closest, the back-to-back American League Cy Young Award winner, Tarek Skubal, at 221. 1-1 from Skeens to Tatis. Tatis, chopper here off the plate, and it is going to be foul. Henderson does not touch it there. Looked like everyone was a tiny bit confused maybe as to what that was. I think it bounced right off the plate, took a high bounce on the infield, and then it hit off of the infield grass, the lip of the infield grass, and bounced into foul territory. Good awareness there by Henderson not to touch it. Was considering fielding it, but I think we all can agree Tatis most likely beating that out off of the high chop. 1-2 now. Skeens goes into his windup and delivers. Tatis gets a piece of that sweeper, started in the upper middle portion of the zone and then was starting to tail out. Tatis fouled it back and out of play. Now up to 67 pitches for Skeens. Needs to get Tatis here if he wants to maybe face another batter. Tatis, grounder, charging third baseman Henderson, bare hand, and oh my goodness, the throw pulled Harper off the bag. Damn. Come on. Nearly everything was right there. Skeens executes a nice pitch, gets a chopper. To third, Henderson, the charge, makes the barehanded play, and that throw, if it's on the mark, I will say probably beats Tatis, but not 100% sure. Harper can't apply the tag, and now Ketel Marte steps in here. And that pitch swung on and missed up above the zone. 0-1, a single in the third for Marte. Skeens now, this will be his 70th pitch, so we are on DeRosa watch here from this point forward. That pitch outside for ball one. Looks like it is Tyler Rogers, who was just added to the roster for the WBC for Kyle Yarbrough. He's up and warming in the pen, so this is going to be Skeens' final batter of the night. And this pitch, it's going to be hit into center. And Tatis, he's only going to go to second this time. It's a single for Marte, and now runners are on first and second. With one out. 71 pitches for Skeens. We'll see if DeRosa is going to make the walk out to the mound. Knocked right back up the middle by Marte. Tatis that time conservative with his base running. Crow Armstrong came up gunning out there in center. And Mark DeRosa out there on the bump. Paul Skeens, he hands the ball over, and Paul Skeens' night is over. 4 1/3 innings of one-run ball against one of the most star-studded lineups we've ever seen. And looks like it'll be Rogers coming on to try to somehow clean up this inning here. 1 out. Tatis and Marte on for the DR. And Juan Soto coming up. Can't help but tip your hat to Skeens. Was it, the most dominant performance that we've ever seen from Paul Skeens? No. But given the lineup he was facing, it not being, middle of baseball season quite yet, and also, a couple of things out of his control, a missed double play opportunity that had him face 2 additional pitchers, it being a raucous environment there for the Dominican Republic. Can't help but tip your hat and give Skeens an A for that outing here tonight. And now, Rogers is going to come in here in a big spot. Tyler Rogers just added to this Team USA roster. Some stuff on Rogers here, if I can find it. I believe he is a member of the... He's not with the Giants anymore, is he? Don't think so here. It'll be a righty facing the left-handed Soto. Tyler Rogers here. Look at his baseball reference page. Was with the Baltimore Orioles last year. He's now with the Toronto Blue Jays. 9-3 record, a 1.81 ERA last year for Rogers. Pitching out of a relief role. And now Rogers here with that very funky, truly one-of-a-kind windup that he has. He steps off the mound here to check back the runner Tatis to second. Trying to get out of the inning here for Paul Skeens. Rogers, his first pitch, well below the zone for ball 1. One of the weirdest and unique windups you will ever see for Taylor Rogers, where he throws the ball just inches off of the dirt. And this is going to be a tapper here up the middle, and it's going to be a step on second for 1 on the first. It's a double play, and the U.S. gets out of it. Grounded right back to the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. He took it to the bag himself for 1 and threw out Soto by a step. And Paul Skeens, rest easy. We'll see you opening day for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Tyler Rogers picks him up, and Team USA will make it into the 6th inning here, still up a run. They limbo out of danger once again. Whew! That was a nerve-wracking one. And it only costed Rogers about 2 or 3 pitches. So he will be well good to go into the 6th, should DeRosa choose to do so. Flacco here in the comment section. Clap for Skeens. Decent showing, considering they're a good team. That is a great showing, considering the multiple All-Stars and Silver Sluggers that he went up against. I want to say, again, it was about 6 or 7 players in that Dominican Republic lineup that received All-Star votes last year that Skeens took on tonight. And to only allow 1 run on a home run ball, strike out a few, give up, I think his final total was like 6 hits. Maybe 1 was an extra base hit besides the homer. I will take that all day from Skeens. And then Flacco fired up for the double play as well. Indeed. Massive relief showing there from Tyler Rogers, and now the U.S. coming up again, looking to get the bats going. Still up 2-1. On to the sixth we go. Stay where you are. Going to take another short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the sixth inning here. It is the 6th, 7, and 8 hitters in the United States lineup. Beginning the inning here for the United States. A massive job done by Tyler Rogers a moment ago for the United States. Paul Skeens departs the ball game with runners on first and second with one out. And going up against Juan Soto, Rogers gets the inning-ending double play. And now Will Smith catching tonight. No Cal Raleigh in the lineup for the U.S. Smith here in a 2-2 count. Oscar Brazoban, relief pitcher for the Dominican. Their, I think, fourth pitcher of the night still in there. And now he's going to punch out Smith to begin this half inning. Roman Anthony going to step back in now. Just 21 years old, Anthony. 2 home runs in the tournament, 7 hits, 7 RBIs. That pitch up and out of the zone to Anthony. 1-0. Looking to get a base runner here for the United States. Get the bats reignited again. It was just one super big inning for the United States to this point. Back in the fourth. Back-to-back home runs for, well, almost back-to-back home runs for Henderson and Anthony. Since then, the bats maybe starting to quiet down a little bit. Don't want to give the Dominican Republic any signs of life here. Can't have a quick inning here and then get those bats back in there, feeling themselves a little bit. 1-2 now is the count on Anthony. Swung and missed at that last pitch. Here's the delivery from Brazoban, and that one in there on the black. Clipped the edge of the strike zone, and back-to-back punch-outs for Oscar Brazoban to begin the sixth. And now it brings up Mr. Bryce Terang, the second baseman. Now we're going to have a moment here as Austin Wells, the catcher, as well as the third baseman, Machado, they come in here and talk with Brazoban, maybe giving a scouting report here on Terang. We'll see. Terang 0 for 2 so far tonight. Two outs in the inning. Strikeouts of Will Smith and Roman Anthony. And Brazoban First pitch delivery, 96 mile an hour fastball. Bottom of the zone, Turang swings and misses. Grounded into a double play and has struck out tonight, has Turang. And now, quickly, in a hole, 0-2. And Brazoban, he is not flirting around with any of these United States batters here in the sixth. He is just going right at him. And here we go with the 0-2. And Brazoban, whatever sort of scouting report Wells and Machado just talked about, it worked to a T. It was 1, 2, 3, striking out the side. Brazoban. And we're on to the bottom of the sixth. Just like that. Unreal. And now, after you just barely avoided danger, in the game possibly being tied up or going down by a run, last inning, you have a quick 1, 2, 3. Momentum shifting, and shifting in a big way, should I say. So, let's see if the bats can be silenced a little bit here for the Dominican Republic. 6 of you in here right now, on your way in this evening. Please hit that like button, share this live stream, subscribe to the channel. We'll greatly appreciate it. Also, you can leave a comment, anything you want to talk about here tonight. Greatly appreciate it. Go follow the channel on other social media platforms as well. Facebook, Instagram, and X at Steel City SR. Seeing more stuff here. By the way, that throw out of Fernando Tatis Jr. at third base by Aaron Judge earlier in the ball game. That was a 96 mile an hour throw from Judge. Impressive. The final stat line for Paul Skeens: 4 1/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned. Had 2 strikeouts. Also hit 2 batters. And now the U.S. going to rely on the bullpen for the rest of the way. And this is kind of the sketchy part of the ball game, really, for both of these squads. Once the starters are out, how your bullpen is going to fare. That is a massive wild card in this whole game. And we do have a change in pitchers for Team USA. Griffin Jacks, I believe this will be his second appearance of the tournament. He will come on here to face Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to begin the inning. Vladdy 1 for 2 here tonight, and Jacks starts off with a sweeper that bounced 5 feet in front of home plate. Excellent start there. He'll face Guerrero, Machado, and then I believe the 6-hole hitter Junior Caminero, who has the home run tonight for the DR. That pitch in there on Guerrero, 1-1. Double back in the fourth off of Paul Skeens for Guerrero. Hit it right between the third baseman and shortstop. A 1-1 Jacks in there and maybe getting a little bit of a call. Beautiful frame. Gotta, really show some love to fellow catchers. Will Smith presented that pitch really nicely. Got the call for his pitcher, 1-2. Juan Soto, top railing of the dugout. Jacks here. Trying to start the inning off hot on the mound. The pitch. Guerrero hits this one. Center field back on the warning track and making the catch. Nice run there. Tracking that ball all the way. Pete Crow Armstrong. Maybe the fastest guy on Team USA. Excellent stuff there from PCA. They just showed again flashbacks to home run robberies and World Baseball Classic pasts. Now Manny Machado steps in. 89-mile-an-hour sweeper from Jax. Misses in. Ball 1. Machado. Gonna ground this one hard. Diving stop at short. Throws to first. Bobby Witt. You absolute legend. Bobby Witt Jr., ladies and gentlemen. 70% of the earth is covered by water. The other 30% is covered by Bobby Witt Jr. and Pete Crow Armstrong. Both of them making not all that much routine plays. And Witt has done it quite a few times here in the WBC. He makes another diving stop right there on the backhand. It makes the strong throw to first to beat Machado by a step. And here comes Junior Caminero. And Caminero drives this one out to center field. And getting out of it, Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch. Griffin Jax a quick 1-2-3. Bottom of the 6th. Cannot ask for anything much better than that. Good stuff. So both teams exchanging back-to-back 1-2-3 halves of innings. It is the 7th inning now, as we are coming into the home stretch of this ball game. Going to take another break. Stay where you are. Back here in a moment. All right, welcome back, good people. Top of the 7th here, and the slimmest of leads in baseball. Wouldn't you expect anything different here in this game between these two powerhouse teams? The United States still up 2-1 here. Top of the 7th. The Dominican Republic has been threatening the past few innings, but haven't scratched across that game-tying run quite yet. It is 9-1-2 due up here for the United States. It will be the leadoff man, Pete Crow Armstrong, this half inning, followed by the actual leadoff man in the lineup, Bobby Witt Jr. And Pete Crow Armstrong, just missed that one, and he knew it too. 0-1 pitch, skied out to center field. Julio Rodriguez settles under it for out number 1. PCA, as soon as made contact with that ball, a little bit of a frustration yell right there. News he just missed it right off the end of the bat. New pitcher, by the way, for the Dominican Republic. It is flame-throwing reliever for the Milwaukee Brewers, Abner Uribe. Uribe here, third pitch of the outing. First pitch to Bobby Witt Jr., who's 1 for 3 tonight. It's in there at the knees for strike one. Witt trying to maybe get a rally started here for the United States. That'd be really nice. He'll foul off this 0-1 pitch back into the crowd for strike number 2. And we have a former Pittsburgh Pirate sighting, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be heading to the bottom of the 7th here in a little bit. The jig is up. The news is out. Bobby Witt down on strikes, swinging there on 3 pitches. David Bednar, the Renegade, now with the New York Yankees. He is up and warming in the bullpen. To the comment section we go here. Another familiar face around here all the time, THP. What is going on? Glad to have you here late on this Sunday night. It is nearing 10:15 here on the East Coast. Same exact time down there in Miami. Bryce Harper, 1 for 3 tonight. Takes that first pitch for strike 1. Abner Uribe, just like Huascar Brazoban last inning, trying to make quick work of the U.S. lineup here. Uribe, the 0-1. That pitch bounces in the dirt. Ball 1. Glad to have you here, THP. Harper is right now trying to extend this inning a little bit. See if you can get Aaron Judge up there with 2 outs. Uribe, the 1-1. Harper, that one looked like it was going to tail in on him a little bit. He tiptoed out of the way. 2-1. Got a shift on here for the Dominican Republic. Looks like Perdomo, the shortstop, playing just about as close as he can right over the second base bag. And Harper's going to ground it right to there, but it is the second baseman, Marte, who cuts it off. Throw on to first, and another quick, not, making the pitcher work all that hard 1-2-3 inning for the United States. And can't help but still have that pit in your stomach that the U.S. right now spoiling opportunities to extend their lead, and the DR could be looking to claw back into it, get the tying run here. Hopefully that is not the case, and it might be the most worrying point of the ballgame, if we're being honest here. 7 of you in here right now. Not sure how many of you are Pirates fans or are familiar with the work of one David Bednar. Bednar, is he an above-average relief pitcher? I'd say so when he's on. However, his one kryptonite, he doesn't turn into that above-average relief pitcher unless runner or runners are in scoring position or on base in general. So, fingers crossed here. Well, let's all do a quick, prayer here that we get the all-star version of David Bednar rather than whatever Jekyll and Hyde version of Bednar he's been over the past 2 calendar years. So we anxiously await David Bednar, who is warming up in the bullpen. I assume he's coming in. I mean, Griffin Jacks didn't throw too many pitches that last inning against the DR. We'll see if DeRosa has any sort of special matchup lined up for Jacks or if Bednar's coming in now. We'll see. Hits now in this game have clawed back closer to even. The United States, 2 runs on 7 hits. The Dominican Republic, 1 run on 6 hits. Do not want to be flirting with any more runners on base for the Dominican Republic here for the rest of the night. THP in the comment section here. Next inning, I'm hoping USA can win this. Again, still hoping, but now the game about to get very interested. Indeed, David Bednar, the Renegade, is on. I have a Bednar, giveaway jersey in another room right now. I would bring it in and hold it and pray with it like it's a rosary right now if I could. But we'll see. We'll see how it does here. Julio Rodriguez steps in here. This will be his third at-bat of the evening. 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Bednar starts him out with strike 1 at the top of the zone. The Renegade here pitched against Canada 2 nights ago. Worked his way out of some self-inflicted trouble. Looking to have another scoreless outing here, but without maybe getting himself into trouble to begin with. Rodriguez fouled off that second pitch, another heater at the top of the zone, and he'll take a timeout here. So Bednar quickly up 0-2 on Rodriguez, the 7-hitter in this Dominican lineup. Bednar, pitch. Pitch was down and away. It's popped up here in the left field, and Bobby Witt Jr. Does Bobby Witt, let me look up his baseball reference here. He has got to have a gold glove to his name. Am I right here? Where's Bobby? Bobby Witt Jr. Platinum glove, actually. 2-time gold glove or platinum glove. So, yeah, that was probably a stupid thing on my part. 2-time All-Star. He is showing in glorious fashion this tournament why he has all those gold gloves. And, oh, no. David Bednar grooves one in the zone to Austin Wells, and Wells hits that one over his teammate Aaron Judge's head into the right center field gap. It's a double for Wells. All right. Looks like we're getting the I got to have guys in scoring position maybe to do something tonight, David Bednar. Don't start your crap now. That pitch, middle, inside on Wells, and Bednar knew it. Judge, 6'7", but he can only run so fast. Just ran out of time to get underneath that ball, and here's Geraldo Perdomo, shortstop for the Arizona Diamondbacks and this Dominican Republic team. He's got a man in scoring position, the tying run Wells. Perdomo represents the go-ahead run. Bednar, the 1-0, getting a call at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Perdomo not liking the call. ABS, balls and strikes challenge system, not being used here in the World Baseball Classic. That might have been one Perdomo challenges successfully, but unable to do it here. 1-1, Bednar. Fastball popped up, and it is going to soar out of play over to the left. So 1-2 now. Bednar, nobody warming up right now in the United States bullpen. So it is Bednar on an island right now, surrounded by sharks. And a big one's waiting on the on-deck circle in Fernando Tatis Jr. 1-2. Bednar, pitch above the zone. Perdomo doesn't bite. It's now 2-2. No stirring whatsoever in that U.S. bullpen. Some guys looking on from the benches up there. 2-2 from Bednar. And Perdomo lines it back into center field. Crow Armstrong's going to come up throwing here, and they put the brakes on Wells at third. Oh, boy. It was a line drive back up the middle from Perdomo. Wells froze on the hit. It got over the head of a leaping Bobby Witt Jr. And Wells, the catcher, good thing he does not run well. If that's probably literally anybody else on the Dominican roster, that's the game tied up. But Wells, the catcher, held at third. Runners are at the corners now with 1 out. And Fernando Tatis Jr., 1 for 3 tonight, steps up. Big swing and a miss there at the first pitch. Splitter breaking down and out of the zone, 0-1. Tatis getting an earful of encouragement from one of his teammates before stepping up to the plate. Bednar 0-1, up in, nearly ran in and got Tatis, but nothing there. Caminero and all the Dominican Republic players pretty much on the field. They are so far up on top of the railing and steps of the dugout. 1-1 from Bednar. Another big swing and a miss on the splitter from Bednar. Good news. Bednar's in a 1-2 count on Tatis. Bad news. Perdomo just took a free 90 on an uncontested steal. So the double play is now out. Bednar is going to need to have a strikeout pitch here. The infield, most of which is up on the infield grass here for the United States. Swing and a miss. Let's go, Bednar. Let's go. Huge pitch there from Bednar. Looks like it was the splitter or changeup again that he got Tatis to wave over top of twice in that bat up to that point. He gets him a third time. That is a unbelievably huge strikeout for Bednar, but not out of the woods yet. Ketel Marte, 2 runners in scoring position, fouls off the first pitch. Top of the zone, out of play. He is 2 for 3 tonight with a pair of singles. If he does that again, a single, it more than likely gives the Dominican Republic the lead. The 0-1 from Bednar, a huge hack from Marte, and he missed it again. 97 heat on the upper inside corner of the strike zone. In on the hands, and Marte missed it. Bednar, his 16th pitch of the outing, the 0-2. Marte, foul. Back to the netting. This position that all of you are seeing me in right now, a familiar position for Pirates fans the past few years when David Bednar pitches. Come on. Restore our faith, David. 0-2 from Bednar, well above the zone. Tried to get Marte to chase the heat. Would not do it. Not enticing enough. Ketel Marte, all-star second baseman for the Diamondbacks, trying to knock in Austin Wells from the Yankees and his Diamondback middle infield teammate, Geraldo Perdomo. He took a timeout. Now he steps back in. The 1-2 again here from Bednar. 18th pitch of the inning. The 1-2. He got him! Let's go! Let's go, Bednar! Jig is up. News is out. They finally found him. David Bednar. Welcome back, Renegade. Let's go. They're still playing with fire, but not burned yet. Massive 2 last batters there for Bednar, striking out Tatis and Marte, arguably the 2 most dangerous hitters in this Dominican lineup tonight. Bednar gets them both on strikes, and he strands the tying and go-ahead runs in scoring position. Unbelievable stuff from the Renegade. To the top of the 8th. 2 more go-arounds here. Heart's pumping. Blood is running. Let's see if the U.S. can keep things together here and take this thing home. Back here in a moment again. All right. Anybody awake here? It is quickly approaching 10:30 here on a Sunday night on the East Coast. But we are wide awake right now, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1. United States, it has been that way for about half the ball game to this point. The United States, for the past few innings, constantly flirting with danger from this high-powered Dominican lineup, but they have been able to tiptoe around the hot coals right now and not get burned. It is still 2-1. New pitcher for the Dominican, now out there on the bump. It is Sir Anthony Dominguez, I believe current Toronto Blue Jay, former Philadelphia Philly. Aaron Judge up to bat here for the United States. He takes that 0-1 pitch. Got a bit of a call there, did Dominguez. It's now 1-1. Judge 1 for 3 tonight. Had a single back in the first. Since then, hasn't done much with the bat. He has, however, made a few nice plays out in the outfield. Oh-2 to Judge, and that pitch there from Dominguez, that pitch landed in Houston, where the United States has played all of their baseball classic games to this point. That was so far outside and in the dirt. 1-2 here on Judge. Dominguez, the pitch, Judge, swing and a miss, a splitter at the top of the zone, and Judge, he is just snake bitten right now at the top of the zone. Right now at bat. Judge can not do much of anything with the bat right now. Reactions here in the chat from David Bednar, the former Bucco, working his way out of a jam. THP very, very confident. Agree with both of these comments here. It's not the Olympics, but it is damn entertaining baseball. That makes you feel all sorts of emotions. To tell you how things are going for the United States offense to this point in the game, they started the night 6 for 15. Since that point, the United States has 1 hit in their last 14 plate appearances. And I'm pretty sure that hit was probably the Roman Anthony home run. Kyle Schwarber now into the box here. Takes that first strike. And looks like there was a ball that went all the way to the backstop. 1-1 on Schwarber here. Looks like Fox here tonight. They still haven't gotten their camera figured out, where we are missing, pitches here and there. 2-1 now on Schwarber. Waiting on deck, Gunnar Henderson. Schwarber sees that pitch well outside the zone for ball 3. 3-1 here. And if you are the United States at this point, run production or just production in general, offensively, Kyle Schwarber here nearly takes that one on the shins. He walks. If you're Mark DeRosa here, do you pitch Kyle Schwarber or pinch run Kyle Schwarber? I mean, top of the 8th here. It'd be ideal that he doesn't, see another at-bat in this game. I might be putting, Byron Buxton or Ernie Clement, someone with more wheels than Schwarber, on to pinch run here, but DeRosa, I don't think, has any interest in doing that because, why the hell think of doing that? Top of the 8th. All right, never mind. I stand corrected. Ernie Clement does come on to pinch run. They didn't show. They're so late in showing, changes and all that. So Ernie Clement is on here to pinch run for Schwarber. Henderson up at the plate now. So that is a good move that I like from DeRosa. 1 out. Got a speedster on base, or pretty much the fastest guy you have left on your bench here. We'll see if Clement gets any sort of a go sign here. Henderson takes that ball outside, held up on the swing as well. Count now goes to 1-1. Oh, gee, good Lord. 1-1 for Gunnar Henderson. And that sweeper backdoor gets in there for strike 2. Do we get Clement in motion here? Will Smith waits on deck for the United States. Henderson, the pitch, down low from Dominguez. Count runs even now, 2-2. Dominguez, it'll be his 14th pitch of the inning coming up here. Clement takes his lead at first. Dominguez comes set. The pitch. Grounder. Right to the second baseman, Marte. Perdomo for one on the first, and it is a double play. Are you kidding me? Even when you push the right buttons, can't get anything going offensively. Right to, I'm sure, another Gold Glover and Ketel Marte. Flicks it like he's done 1,000 times before to his D-backs teammate Perdomo. And then Guerrero Jr. at first, stretching to make the catch and the final out. So now we're on to the bottom of the 8th here. And due up for the Dominicans. God bless whoever comes out of the bullpen here for the United States. And looking here, it looks like it's going to be Garrett Whitlock, the Boston Red Sox, who's going to come on here for another relief outing. I believe this will be his second, maybe third of the tournament. Whitlock is going to face Juan Soto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Manny Machado. And then he's got, besides those mandatory 3 he'll face, he'll have Junior Caminero and Julio Rodriguez waiting in the wings. So, here we go. We're going to win. Moving forward, says THP. You're going to be the glass half full guy here the rest of the way, THP. I was that to begin the night. Here tonight, it's slowly, gone below half full. Look, now we're nearly running on empty here, but we're going to keep a bit of faith up here. If you're DeRosa too, I can't remember exactly how many pitches Mason Miller threw 2 nights ago against Canada, but if you're DeRosa, you have to. If Mason Miller, your closer, has anything in the tank, you have to get him in this ball game. You have to throw all resources at this Dominican Republic team and find a way to move on here. Can't save anything for Tuesday night. Whitlock is in, wearing number 59. Pitches for the Red Sox, was once a starter for the Sox. I think he has since converted to a long relief role. 2.25 ERA last year with the Sox for Whitlock. For this first pitch, home plate umpire tells him to move the rosin bag back behind the mound again. And here we go. Soto, 0 for 3 tonight. Whitlock, pitch to Soto. Soto takes that one. Breaking ball down in for ball 1. Bit of a defensive change, too, for the United States. I think we saw this against Canada 2 nights ago as well. Ernie Clement, he ran for the DH, Kyle Schwarber. Not sure how he's going to, if he's going to stay in the game here, Clement. But Roman Anthony, he too is out of the ball game as Whitlock fires a strike in there for strike number 2. 1-2 now on Soto. PCA now in left. Byron Buxton is out in center for the United States. 1-2 here. And oh my... Wow! Garrett Whitlock, he got a call there, and I want to give credit to Will Smith. He made that look like it was right there. A pitch that is a couple inches below the zone, a breaking ball. Whitlock gets the call, and Juan Soto down looking. Wow. 1-0 now to the 4-hole hitter. It is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and he swings at that one. So 1-1 now on Vladdy. Machado on the on-deck circle waits. Pitch here to Guerrero, another slider. And that one was filthy from Whitlock. Started down the middle, broke to the outside. Guerrero missed it, and he even dropped his bat on the follow-through. Good pitch there from Whitlock. Be careful. You can locate that pitch. Go back to it. And that time, he did go back to it, but it wasn't tempting in the dirt. 2-2 now on Guerrero. One out here, bottom of the 8th. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the batter. 2-2, and it's a check swing, and it's going to be no swing here, so the count runs full. Another slider there from Whitlock in the dirt, and now he's run the count full. Was up on Guerrero, and now it's a full count. Do not want to put any base runners on here. 3-2 from Whitlock, and Guerrero lines this one to the right, but foul. Guerrero 1 for 3 tonight. Had a double off of Paul Skeens, I believe, back in the 4th. Whitlock, the pitch. Grounder right back to Whitlock. He snares it. Underhand toss to Harper. 2 gone here in the 8th. Pitchers make plays too sometimes, and Whitlock there. It was no love tap back to Whitlock, but it wasn't scorched either. He grabs it, stabs it from going towards the middle of the infield, and he will trot it over to Harper for the out. And now here's the captain of this Dominican team, the elder statesman. I believe he's 35 or 36 years old now, Manny Machado. The longtime Baltimore Oriole had a pit stop with the Dodgers, and now he has spent the past 4 or 5 years with the San Diego Padres on a mega deal. Took the first pitch for a ball, 1-0, and a huge swing and a even bigger whiff on that one. Slider again from Whitlock. 1-1. And another one. The slider for Garrett Whitlock. It's given all sorts of fits right now for the DR. 1-2. Looking to execute one more pitch. This will be the 15th of the outing here for Whitlock. And now we have a pause for a moment. A warning here from the home plate umpire told Whitlock to make sure that he makes eye contact with Machado before he delivers. Here's the pitch now from Whitlock, and oh, that slider, that was out over yonder from Whitlock, but Machado, you could tell he was still thinking about it. 2-2 now. This Dominican heavily favored crowd trying to get the team back into it. Machado swing and a miss. Goodbye. Machado. Another ugly swing And a miss on a slider from Whitlock. That was filth. And down on strikes goes Manny. And to the top of the ninth we go, ladies and gentlemen. To the comments section here, THP. He's like 33. Okay, I overestimate a little bit. Feels like he's been in the league forever here. That is what catchers do. Yeah, indeed. And Will Smith, he has been money tonight. Framing stuff. Catchers, we take great pride in the art of framing pitches. And in games like this where you don't have the AVS system calling you out on your BS, it's great to have that skill. Yes, K, gone, LFG, indeed. Whew, all right. Home stretch. Here, ladies and gentlemen, the checkered flag is now in our sights. 1 inning left to go here. Going to take a real quick break. Bear with me. We'll be back here in a second to take this one home the rest of the way. One moment here. Last chance at the bats for Team USA. Okay, here we are. Here we go. This is where everybody makes the big bucks. Top of the ninth, the United States, for as inept and quite frankly inexistent as their offense has been here tonight. One last chance to extend this super slim 2-1 lead. The closer for the Dominican Republic is now on. Camilo Doval, and immediately here, Will Smith steps into the box here for an at-bat, and Doval gets nabbed with a pitch clock violation. Did not get set in time, so it is 1-0 on Will Smith. Now the first pitch of the at-bat, Doval, who can absolutely sling it in terms of velocity, 98-mile-an-hour pitch in on Will Smith. 2-0 off of one pitch. Doval coming set. The pitch. That one, oh, he got a call. That was a couple inches outside. But, hey, you're going to call it, I guess call it both ways. 2-1 now on Smith. Should be 3-0, but hey, that's the ebbs and flows of baseball. Here it is. 2-1 slider, 88 miles an hour, down and out for ball 3. 3-1 now. 11 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. On the way in, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Top of the ninth. The pitch from Doval, 3-1. Smith, oh, he's going to want that one back. 98-mile-an-hour heat in the middle of the bottom of the zone, and he just fouled it off back to the backstop. 3-2 now. Looking to get a base runner on here for the United States. Just anything to show a pulse on the radar. That pitch, and oh, he got it. He got him. Damn it. That pitch on the inside half of the plate now, way closer than the first strike call of the AB. Just grazed ever so slightly the outline of the strike zone for strike 3 looking. Now up to bat. You got Byron Buxton here. He's 0 for 5 in the World Baseball Classic. Buxton is his first plate appearance tonight. He came in defensive substitution for Roman Anthony. Guess no better time to break out of an 0 for 5 slump than right now, Buxton. What do you say? 2-0 here. Watched 2 pitches on the outside. Buxton of the Minnesota Twins, going to be coached by ex-Bucco manager, now new manager for the Twins, Derek Shelton this season. 2-0 from Doval, and Buxton pops it up, and it's back and out of play. That pitch, I think, was middle from Doval, and Buxton couldn't get good wood on it. Our hopes have been answered, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, it is maybe the hottest relief pitcher in all of baseball the past couple of years. Mason Miller is up in the pen for the United States. The 2-1 here. And oh my God, how? All right. Has the U.S. gotten a couple of calls here tonight? Yes. But that was even more horrendous than the call he had in the Smith at-bat. That was 4 to 5 inches outside the strike zone, and he called it. 2-2. Buxton fouls it off to the right side. I mean, there's a difference between, expanding the strike zone and that just, downright sucking. That was terrible. 2-2 again here for Doval. The pitch, Buxton couldn't hit a beach ball right now. He strikes out. Back-to-back Ks to start the inning here for Doval. And wasn't really all that close with that swing either. So the first 2 batters down on strikes. Last chance to keep this inning going here with 2 outs. It'll be Bryce Terang, 0 for 3 tonight. Doval the pitch. Terang foul. Doval been one of the more experienced closers in the big leagues over the past few years. Was traded at last year's MLB trade deadline to the New York Yankees, where he still currently is. He watched his bullpen teammate, David Bednar, throw a scoreless inning not too long ago. He's trying to do the same, up 0-2 on Terang. 2 outs, 0-2 count, Terang. The pitch from Doval. Half swing and held up. Oh, that was close. Terang, check swing. Appeal to the third base umpire. He says no. 1-2. Doval, his 15th pitch here coming up. Albert Pujols in the dugout. There. Grounder to the right side. It stays fair. Vladdy stabs it. Takes it to first. That's the inning. 1-2-3. Again, tell me if you heard that story before tonight for the United States. And it is now down to this. Mason Miller. One of the more elite closing pitchers in all of baseball. Miller is about to come on, try to earn another save here in the WBC and send the United States again to the World Baseball Classic final. He does have no cakewalk of a task whatsoever. 6th, 7th, and 8th hitters in the lineup, due up for the Dominican Republic. That is going to be Junior Caminero, who hit the home run off of Paul Skeens. He is responsible for the lone run tonight for the Dominican Republic. He is then followed up by Julio Rodriguez, who can change the game in one swing. And then Austin Wells, one of the better hitting catchers, not named Cal Raleigh, in all of baseball. Might be 6, 7, 8 in that lineup. In, the lineup, but in this lineup, treat them like they're the 2, 3, 4 hitters. This is going to be another tall order to ask of Mason Miller. We'll see how he does here. Comment section, Concepts stopping by here tonight. Appreciate you, Concepts. 9 of you still hanging in here right now. I'll say this one time and then maybe one other time before the night ends. Sure to come back tomorrow. Steel City Sports Report weekday live streams return tomorrow. Apologize for you guys. Friday didn't have anything on the channel. Live stream will be back here tomorrow evening. We'll have tons to talk about, including this game on the Steel City Sports Report. 11 of you in here. Subscribe to the channel. Last time to do so tonight. Like this stream. Share it. Comment in the comment section your thoughts on this game. 3 outs to get. 3 tough outs. Here for Mason Miller. THP with some words of encouragement. Hi, buddy. The dog flying through the door. It's going to be 2-1 here. United States. Caminero, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Miller, first pitch, pretty much middle. 101 on the gun, though, and Caminero was late on the swing. Oh, good boy. Yes, I was talking to you, too. Hi, bud. 0-1. Miller. Oh, my goodness. 102 heat. Middle top of the zone. Woo-wee. No need to get warmed up here for Mason Miller. 0-2. On Caminero. Do not flirt with the strike zone here. Oh, my goodness. 102 again from Miller. It was about a foot. I'm over-exaggerating a little bit. Maybe a little bit under a foot above the strike zone, and Caminero still swung at it and made contact. 0-2 again from Mason Miller. Swing and a miss. Ball is in the dirt. Smith, throw to first. Oh, he completes the out. Wow. Whew. Heart skipped a beat there for a second. That was a breaking ball for Miller. It was down in the dirt. It squirted about 8 feet or so to the right behind Smith. He was able to locate it in time and throw on to first to complete the out. Drop third strike completed there. 2-1 now. 2-1, still 1 out. Rodriguez now up, and he, I guess, decided to jump out of the way of that one. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay, we're back now. 2-0. And there is a very large human being waiting in the on-deck circle. 2-0 from Miller. Up high. 3-0 to Julio Rodriguez. O'Neal Cruz, ladies and gentlemen, is waiting on deck. Star outfielder for the Pirates awaits strike call at the top of the zone. Miller hitting the paint of the strike zone. 3-1 now. Rodriguez, Julio, 0 for 2 tonight. Hit by pitch as well. 3-1 from Miller. And it is a ball slider down in the dirt taken. And the Dominican Republic, they have a base runner. The tying run, Rodriguez is on first, and coming up to bat as the winning run is Oneil Cruz. And I take my hat off purposefully here. We are all about the Pirate P here. But right now, Oneil Cruz, 3 for 4 in the tournament, has excelled as a pinch hitter for the Dominican Republic. 2 home runs, one of which in this ballpark was just an absolute Titanic shot that I still don't think has landed quite yet. And that sets up a very, very intriguing matchup. You have currently the star outfielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates awaiting right now as the U.S. has a mound conference. You have the star outfielder for the Pirates. He's going to do back the star Pittsburgh product, Mason Miller. Went to Waynesburg University here in Western Pennsylvania. I believe is a Moon Township alum. Pittsburgh native versus Pittsburgh Pirate. What better of a way to have one of the final battles of tonight's game be this one here on this channel. Rodriguez takes his lead at first. Miller, the pitch. And that is a slider that pops out of the glove of Smith, and it moves Rodriguez into scoring position. It is a slider that was, I don't even know where Miller was trying to locate that pitch. It was so badly thrown. Goes off of the glove and bounces away from Smith. The 1-0 from Miller, 100 miles an hour near the top of the zone. Swung through and missed by Oneil Cruz. One. Miller, the pitch, down in the dirt, and that is a hell of a block and stop there by Will Smith. We've already had one wild pitch in this at-bat. Can't afford another here with 1 out. 2-1 on Cruz. Oneil stepping in. Again, Miller the pitch. Oh my goodness. 101 from Miller. Cruz swings and misses again. Middle outside part of the zone. 2-2 from Mason Miller. Native versus Pirate. 2-2. Miller, ground ball up the middle. It's going to be fielded there and throwing Cruz out at first. Bobby Witt Jr., massive second out. Ground ball. Miller was shifted, or Witt, I should say, was shifted over towards center field a little bit. He's able to get good position, make the strong throw. Cruz was hustling down the line and just beats Cruz by half a step. Might have looked routine, but Cruz can absolutely hustle down the line, and he nearly beat that out. So now it's 2 gone here. The number 9 hitter, Geraldo Perdomo, 1 for 2 tonight. A single. Hit by pitch as well. A stolen base. Rodriguez, the tying run, is at third. First pitch from Miller, 100 above the zone for ball 1. 12 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button. 1-0 from Miller. Catches the top of the zone for a strike. 101. Perdomo. Count even at 1 apiece. Miller comes set. Rodriguez takes his lead at third. The pitch from Mason Miller. Right down the middle and no swing from Perdomo. It is 1-2. Every member of the United States team top railing of the dugout. Every single seat of this sold-out Lone Depot Park is empty right now because the fans are on their feet. The 1-2 from Miller. Ball. 102. High and outside. 2-2. Come on. Come on here. We're kneeling down. We're in a catcher's crouch. Come on, Will Smith. Frame this thing. Miller, the pitch. And oh! Slider, backdoor from Miller. It looked for about 40 feet like Perdomo was going to swing or it was going to catch, but then it dropped. 3-2 now. Full count. Tatis awaits on deck. The pitch from Miller. Top of the zone, popped and foul from Perdomo. They do the full count pitch again. Cannot walk Perdomo. I mean, you can, but I do not want to bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. 21st pitch of the night for Miller. The 3-2 again. Popped out of play again by Perdomo. The at-bat will now go to 8 pitches. 3-2 again. Miller against Perdomo. Come on. The 3-2. Oh my goodness, he struck him out! He got the call! Oh my God! Team USA wins! Wow, is all I can say. Ladies and gentlemen, Mason Miller, another slider, a tad bit below the zone, but framed well, and it is going to be called strike 3. And the United States of America, they are going to the World Baseball Classic Final. Wow. What an insane ending to maybe one of the, I won't say the greatest, but one of the most star-studded, highly anticipated baseball games that you, I, or anyone will ever see. The final score, the United States 2, the Dominican Republic 1. Final hits in the game, Team USA, 7 hits. Those all came in the first half of the game. The Dominican Republic finished with 8 hits. Apologize. I'm going to go radio silence here for a second to listen to the man, Paul Skeen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Paul Skeens just pitching, talking right there. Skeens tonight, 4 1/3 innings pitched of 1-run baseball. Could not have asked for him to lock things down after the Caminero home run like he did. Speaking there, clearly an emotional win for Paul Skeens, talking about doing this for the men, servicemen and women around the country, giving tons and tons of kudos and credit to his teammates. Saying it wasn't his best game pitched, but all that matters at the end was a win. And indeed, that was, I think, the storyline of this baseball game tonight for the United States of America. They persevered. They weathered the storm against one of the most dominant offenses we have ever seen compiled in baseball. The U.S. offense, again, still much to figure out before they take the field again in the World Baseball Classic final. But doing just enough. That one spurt in the 4th inning, 2 home runs, that did the trick. Since then, those home runs, the offense went completely flat and non-existent. But where one component of the team crumbled, the other rose to the occasion and then some. Skeens pitching as well as he did in this game against the lineup 2.5 times through. Then the bullpen, Tyler Rogers, Griffin Jacks, David Bednar, Garrett Whitlock, and then Mason Miller wrapping it up. You could not have asked for a more beautiful performance from your bullpen here tonight. A little bit of heart attacks here and there, but hey, when they made their mess, they cleaned it up. And that is how we end things here tonight. So 2-1, the final score. The United States victors in the World Baseball Classic semifinal over the Dominican Republic. They now move on. It'll be Nolan McLean pitching in the finals for Team USA. They will take on the winner of tomorrow night's game. We either could get a matchup, Team USA versus Venezuela, which has tons of big league talent led by Ronald Acuna Jr., or could be a rematch of Pool C play or Pool B play. I forget which pool the U.S. was in at this time, when Italy handily defeated the United States and they snuffed the U.S.'s comeback efforts. We could either get a rematch of the U.S. and Italy, or another star-studded matchup, U.S. versus Venezuela. We wait to see and await the outcome of tomorrow night's game. 9 of you in here right now as we celebrate this win for the United States. Tons of reactions in the comments section to this win. We did it. Us. This is what catchers do. Hell of a game tonight from Will Smith behind the plate, buying his pitchers a couple of strikes. Will Smith is awesome. I think the comments got us the W. Well, Flacco, I'm going to give you a good bit of credit here tonight. You showed up at the right time when the U.S. hit those 2 home runs. Your instant presence is just enough for the offense to get this thing across the finish line here tonight. Last comment of the night here. U.S. sled hockey team won gold today. The United States men's, women's, and sled hockey team in the Olympics all took gold. And U.S. baseball today getting the win, and one more win away from on Tuesday from putting the United States back in the number 1 spot in the sports world. Excited to see how things shake out on tomorrow night and see where things land on Tuesday night. We will see if we're live on here Tuesday night. We definitely will be back here live tomorrow for, a regular Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates news live stream. But Tuesday, going to leave Tuesday wide open right now. We'll see how things shake out there if we go live. So Flacco says he wants the rematch. LFG from THP. Man, I'm so proud to be an American. I think we all are feeling that. That red, white, and blue pumping through our veins right now. Rep these colors proudly. Another good day to be in in the USA. That's going to wrap it up here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent start from Paul Skeens against that lineup. The U.S. offense doing just enough, and the bullpen locking things down for America. One win away from hoisting the World Baseball Classic trophy. They are on to the finals where they await Venezuela or Italy. That's going to do it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Nearly 3.5 hours on stream this Sunday night. I appreciate you all very, very much for tuning in. And we are going to the World Baseball Classic final. On your way out, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, like, share, leave a comment, go follow the channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Lost my train of thought there, at Steel City Sports Support. And come back tomorrow night for a new live stream in SESR 60. Let's go party hard for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Play some Freebird, some Dream On by Aerosmith, some, courtesy of the U.S., courtesy of the red, white, and blue, Hulk Hogan music, all of that. Let's go celebrate. Thank you all. Have a good rest of your Sunday night. See you back here tomorrow. Peace. Team USA heading to the World Baseball Classic final.